Hello students, welcome to today's session on class methods in Python. Class methods are nothing but the functions we are defining inside a class. These are exactly same as that of the ordinary functions. The difference between the class methods and ordinary function is that we have the first argument as a self. Self argument refers to the object itself, that is, the object that has called the method. Means, even if method takes no argument, it should be defined to accept that self argument. So instead of using the word self, we can use any another word, but it will be considered as the first argument. Here is the example of a self argument. Class is defined. This is the definition of a class, started with class keyword and name of the class and colon. Inside a class, now we are not defining any variable here. We are just defining one method. So function or a method starts with keyword def, followed with the name of the method, that is this, and here we are passing one argument, that is self. Inside a function or this class method, we are printing only a string, that is this is our first program. Now this is class definition. Here in a program, we are creating an object. Name of the object is P1 of this class. So this is the syntax to create an object that we have studied in last session. So once object is created, by using this object and a dot operator, we can access the class method. Name of the method is disp, so we have written a syntax as p1.disp. Once this method is called, whatever the statements inside the method are, those will be executed. So here we want to print this string, so output will be, this is our first program. So here you can just see the difference. When we are calling this method, we are not passing anything, but while defining, here self argument is mentioned when we are defining this method. So even if we are not passing any parameter, this argument should be written while defining the method. Here is one more example. Now in the same program, now one more variable we have used, that is 100. VAR is equal to 100, and then the same method is defined with self argument. Once we are creating the object of this class, now we want to print this value. So we cannot access this VAR variable directly outside this class. If we want to access this variable, we have to use this object. So to display the value of VAR, we cannot only write VAR, we have to write it this object name, that is P1, then dot operator, and then VAR. In this way, we will be able to display the value that is stored inside this VAR variable. Now here we are calling this method, that is disp. We don't want to pass any parameter, but as according to the class methods, self argument should be returned. So we are writing self here, and then we have written only one statement inside a print method, that is this is our first program. When we will execute this code, the variable value will be displayed as we have stored as 100, and then once we are calling this disp method, this string will be displayed as this is our first program. Now when we are writing a codes in Python, that is class in a Python, one method is used, that is init method. So this syntax for init method is, before writing this init, double underscore is there, followed by double underscore again, and then round bracket. This method is automatically executed when the object of a class is created. So this method is useful to initialize the variables of a class object. So init means to initialize. So this method is used to initialize the variables of a class object. This method is called automatically every time when class is being created. Means whenever we are creating an object of that class, then this method will be automatically called. So it is not necessary to specifically call this method. Whenever object is created, that is new object is created of a particular class, then this method will be called, and whatever the initializations will write inside this method will be done for all the variables. So you will see the example of a init method. This is our class definition. Here we are writing class as a person and we want to initialize some values. What we have written? We have written here a self as our first argument. This init is accepting two more arguments, that is name and age. So once this name is accepted, we are initializing self.name as name and self.age as age. And we want to print the values of variable name and variable age. So this is class definition. Now here we are creating an object of a class. P1 is object of a person class, and as here for initialization we want two parameters. Self is by default not necessary to pass. So one argument we want to pass as self name and one argument that is age. So here for initializing this we are passing two parameters, that is one is a name and second is age. So once this is executed and we want to print the values now. So while printing the values over here, we have just written name of the variable, that is name, and name of the variable is age over here. But when we want to write it inside a main program, then we have to access it through the object, that is we have to write p1.name and p1.age. Outputs will be same. This is name equal to John, age equal to 36. Same thing will be printed here also, name equal to John and age equal to 36. So while printing these values inside a class, we can write only the names of the variables, but while writing in a main program, we have to access it through the object. Class can have variables defined in it. So we can define variables inside a class. So these are of two types. One is class variable and one is object variable. Class variables are owned by that class only. So those are defined inside a class. And object variables are owned by each and every object. So we'll see the variations between, or what do we mean by class variable and what is this object variable. If, for example, class has n objects, then there will be n separate copies of object variables, as each object will have its own object variable. N objects means n copies of object variables. Then object variable is not shared between the objects. So object variable of first object will not be shared with object variables of the second object. Changes made in the object variable by one object will not be reflected in the other object. Now, if a class has one class variable, then there will be one copy only for that variable. That is, all the objects of that class will share the class variable. So class variables will be shared by all the objects, but the object variables will not be shared by the other objects. Since there exists a single copy of class variable, any change made in a class variable will be reflected in all other objects. So class variable is having only one copy. It will be shared with all the other objects, and changes made in one object will be shared or reflected in the other objects. So we'll see the examples of this. Here is one method, that is class, first class. One variable is declared over here and it is assigned a value to 0, that is class var. We are initializing, we are writing an init method. Here this class var is incremented by 1. Now when we want to access this, it should be called by this first class method and then dot operator and class var. So it is equal to plus 1. That is incremented by 1. Now this self.var that we are accepting here, that is the object variable, is equal to var we are writing it here. So this class var is a class variable and this var is a object variable, and we are printing both these values. So whenever first object is created and we are passing this 100 value, so as soon as this object is created, this init method will be executed. So in this init, this 100 will be passed here. So what will happen? This will be executed when object is created. So when this line, first line is executed, this var value will be incremented by 1. And as this is a class variable, it will reflect in the other variable, in the other objects also. This is the object variable. For the object variable, we are passing 100. So value of var will be 100. And value of class variable, as we have incremented to 1, it will be 1. Now when we will call it second, when the object is created second time, and we are passing 200. So value of var, as it is an object variable, it will be 200. But as this first class dot class variable is again incremented by 1, and as it is a class variable, in previously it was 1, now it will become 2 and print the value. That is the difference between class variable and the object variable. Now here is one more example, that is class number. We are assigning a value to 0 and we want to check whether it is even or odd. If that number is equal to 0, then we will say this is self.even is equal to 1, and we have written one more method to check even or odd. So here we are creating an object of a number, that is n, and here one more object is created as n1. Now see that here we have not written any init method. Now this when even underscore odd is called and we are passing 20. So this method, that is number, this object n dot even odd, even underscore odd and 20, means this will be passed as a 20. So as 20, it will assign a self dot even as 1, and when this method is called, it will display the number is even number, that is 20 is even number. Now when we are again calling the same method, that is even underscore odd, and we are passing 21, now this value is still 0 as we have not used any init method. Now here in this class we have used an init method and we are creating 6 objects. So whenever this first object is created by using 21 as a number, as a 21, here even and odd 2 lists are created and we are assigning this num to self.num, and we are checking the numbers are odd or even. So whenever first of all 21 is passed, 21 will be appended to odds list. Then whenever we are creating an object with passing a parameter is 22, that 22 will be appended to evens list. Then 23 will be again appended to odds list and so on. Now we want to display all the numbers in even. So we want to display this list and we want to display this list by using these two statements respectively. So the list will be 3 numbers are even and 3 numbers are odd. Now same thing can be done by the objects also, as reflection will be there from the object variable, that the changes we are doing in the object variable will be reflected in the other objects also. So even though we are trying to print n1.even once, then also the results for n1, n2, n3, all the other objects are seen. That is the difference between the class objects, that is object variables, and the class variables. This is for the today's session. Thank you.